99 percentile in CAT, something that we all aim, and we should definitely aim this kind of thing. But how to achieve 99 percentile? There has to be a strategy behind it, and strategy always is defined by analyzing data. Let's take a look at data. So I tried to gather some data for you from 2016 to 2023 for the overall CAT, only to show you one thing, that if you want to get 99 percentile, you need 50% of the marks. 50% of the marks. I'm not talking about 50 marks. I'm talking about 50% of the marks, which means half the paper you do correctly with 100% accuracy, you get 99 percentile. And more or less, if you see the trend from 2016 to 2023, this has been the case. Plus minus few percentage points. That's all. Few percentage points. Let's take a look at the section-wise analysis, because just the overall percentile will not matter, isn't it? Sectional cutoff also should be cleared. Let's take a look at VARC. In VARC also, take a look at this trend from 2021 to 2023. From 85 percentile to 100 percentile, you would be able to see a gradual climb. In fact, the climb would be slightly higher in case of 99 to 100. But again, when I talk about 99 percentile, it is still around 50% of the marks. That means it is not like overall is 50% of the marks, but a particular section will have more of that. The difficulty level that we can understand from this is more or less uniform across the sections. So those of you who think that, oh my God, how will I get my score and so on, you really don't have to attempt the entire paper. Depending upon your accuracy, all you have to do is to get somewhere around 50% of the marks overall, and your job is done. Now the interesting part is that major competition, always remember, lies in the top echelons. So going from a 70 to 80 percentile would be easy, but going from a 90 percentile to 95 percentile will be comparatively more challenging, because number of questions that will be required for that thing, that of course will be more. And going from a 99 to 100 will be even more challenging. Take a look at the questions, by the way. All you have to do is to get 7 to 8 questions correct for an 85 percentile in verbal. 7 to 8 questions basically means 2 RCs. Your job is done. And if you want to get 99 percentile, around 14 questions, sort of half, plus minus 1, 2. But if you want to go from 99 percentile to 100 percentile, which means a jump of 1 percentile, because that's where the highest competition is, 21 questions, 14 to 6 questions you need to do extra to just gain 1 percentile. I'm just giving you this perspective, my dear, so that you know what you are competing with, to whom you are competing with. Your competition is not with people who are getting 60, 70, 80 percentile. And that is exactly not why you have joined IMS, or for that matter, any B school, exam preparatory thing, be it any competition or whatever the case be. But the point is very simple. You are aiming for something high, and that high for you in your mind should be 99 percentile and more. Your mind should always tell you, I want to get 99 percentile or more. I want to get 99 percentile or more. And now I know that to get 99 percentile or more, all I have to do is to get 50% of the marks. That's all. By the way, story is no different for DILR as well. In case of DILR also, you would be able to see that around midway, you would be able to achieve 99 percentile. If not 50, then around 45, 42, 43% of the marks, which means still halfway. What do I understand from that? You do one set correctly, you get 85 percentile. Cutoff is clear. One set. 4 sets are given, one set. So if you spend around 10 minutes in deciding what set you would like to attempt, and the rest 30 minutes you want to spend on doing that set, your job is done. And if you're aiming for 85 percentile, if you're aiming for a 99 percentile, how much you have to do? 10 questions, 2 sets, your job is done. But if you want to again go from 99 to 100, you will have to do all 4 sets. Again, take a look at that little competition which the toppers are striving for. Story is, by the way, no different for QA as well. People fear that, especially after 2023 when QA was slightly difficult as compared to the previous years. However, more or less the trend has been the same. Take a look at that as well. Around 50%, 45 to 50% of the marks you need to get a 99 percentile. Batao. If I again take a look at this one, take a look at this, year 2023. That way the score was of course less, because the QA section was slightly on the tougher side in the recent years. But that's okay, that's absolutely fine. Again, it is not really taking you way beyond 40-50 or way less than 40-50%. So remember this thing, that CAT authorities ideally are expected to maintain the difficulty level across the section. It is not going to be like this, that one section is quite difficult, the other section is not. Of course, your preparation for a particular section may make a section easier or difficult for you, but ideally when the exam is going to be set, that will not really distinguish among the sections as far as difficulty level is concerned. Again, for QA, 4 to 5 questions are required to get 85 percentile. 4 to 5 questions. That means even if you do arithmetic only, that's all. If you are aiming only for 85 percentile and your arithmetic is sorted, you get it. And of course, if you want to get 99 percentile, you will have to do 10 questions. So let's say arithmetic and algebra, and maybe plus minus 1-2 questions from some other topic. This is the ease level of CAT. I don't know why we fear CAT. It is not about fear. It is about strategizing it. And that's all. When we strategize something, we know that this is what I want to do. And that is the thing that we practice in mocks also. So when we practice the same kind of thing, same kind of idea in the mocks, that I have to attempt this kind of thing, and I have to improve my accuracy level so that minimum attempt should take me to a 99 percentile, CAT also becomes another mock. By the way, take a look at this one also. If you want to get from 99 to 100, you will have to attempt 19 questions. And there are 22 questions in QA, which means more or less you have to attempt the entire paper. I hope you would be able to see this kind of trend in all the sections. If you want to go for 100 percentile, you of course will have to aim for the entire paper. But why bother about that? Let's say 3 lakh people are taking CAT every year and you are getting a 99 percentile or more. So in that case, what do you have to do? Nothing. When you do this thing, you are still in the top 3,000 people. And most of the top B schools are going to give you a shortlist call for that. And then of course, it depends on you later on. Let me just give you a quick mental map for all these 3 sections. So when I talk about VA, I generally say that, if you are aiming for an 85 percentile, go for maybe 2 RCs and a couple of VA questions and you are sorted at the rate of 70% accuracy. And if that has to be the case, 9 to 11 questions you are supposed to do. Ideally, you should not be attempting RC3 and RC4, and even if you are attempting the third RC, maybe 1 question. However, if you are aiming for a 99%, of course, you will have to touch upon all 4 RCs and VA section as well at 70% accuracy. But if you take your accuracy to 80%, then you might not even be required to go for the 4th RC. So this is just a bit of mental map that I wanted to give you. If you want, you can just pause, take a screenshot here, which can give you an idea that this can be one of my strategies that I can test. I'm not saying that this is the only strategy. I'm saying this is one of the good strategies that people follow. That, so you start with the 2 easy RCs, then you do some VA, and then you go for the difficult RCs. And of course, you will have to understand how do you select the easy RC, but this session is not meant for that. Similar is the case with DILR. In that case, again, you will have to spend some time in set selection, because we know that doing just 1 set is going to take you to 85 percentile, and then doing 2 sets is going to take you to 99 percentile or at least near that. And that's exactly what you have to do. Take a look at this one. For a 90 percentile or a 95 percentile, what exactly is your expectation? Again, if you want to take a screenshot, feel free to do that. Pause the video. Similarly, if I give you a quick mental map for QA, now here I have not put the idea of number of questions as such, but I'm just giving you the idea from the perspective of the topics, because that's the most important thing in QA. QA is quite a vast topic, and sometimes we get confused as to what to do and what to leave. Ideally, you should not leave anything. But again, it depends on what is your aspiration level, so that at least you can plan better. CAT is near the, near now, basically. It's around the corner, I would say. So again, if you want to get 80-85 percentile, just one single thing called arithmetic would do. And if you want to get an 85 to 90 percentile, just 2 of the topics would do. And similarly, for 95 percentile or more. Of course, in case of 95 percentile or more, when you're aiming for that kind of a thing, you cannot leave any of the topics. Of course, having strength in 1 topic or 2 topics at least, which cover a major portion, would really help you. Also, accuracy level will matter in every single section. So what's the bottom line? Bottom line is 99 percentile means 50% marks. Remember this thing, then strategize, apply that strategy in your mocks, test it, refine it, go for CAT, get the 99 percentile, and let me know. That's all.